Today's video, let's go ahead and talk about how Lillian Chiu, business analyst over there at Spotify, from what my team has told me, basically bagged up 1.5 million as a Spotify business analyst, YouTuber, and course creator. And I think she's also got a few other deals in terms of brand ambassadorships. Let's go ahead and actually watch this. My name is Rich. For those of you who don't know me, I am the founder of Product Gym, where we go out there and basically help people make a transition into the best paid roles in product management. Also, you can go ahead and find me on Elevate Cybersecurity, where I'm the co-founder for this program, helping people make a transition into cybersecurity. And then also my latest little venture here, Tech Side Hustles, as well as helping people make a transition over to tech sales. Now, let's go ahead and get to this. If you didn't see my previous video, we basically analyzed what Chloe Shi was doing to build up her YouTube channel. And if you haven't watched that video, I highly suggest that you go ahead and do so, because this is going to go and make a lot more sense once you do. Lillian Chiu is, from what we can go out there and tell, she's currently right now a business strategy and operations manager over there at Spotify. Had this career for about 5 years and 10 months. Prior to that, she's worked in a few other roles out here in New York, and it seems like she did a bachelor's of music out there in New York University, and she also did a sequel bootcamp with General Assembly. Now, where I think her story is very interesting is that she started off her YouTube channel about 3 years ago, which is a year after Chloe. So if we go back to Chloe's latest, oldest videos about 4 years ago, and she talks about basically all this different content, working in product management. Business analyst is not exactly product management, the corporate version. We in recruiting like to call it like the corporate version of product management. But there's a lot of similarities. Now, what we can go ahead and analyze is she started off as a YouTuber making long form content. And let's go ahead and take a look at her oldest video is how she landed a Spotify internship. My resume and basically 3 tips. Short 10-minute video. She's sporting the Spotify swag on here. She's in her New York apartment. Seems like I miss my days from New York. Out the gate, she did 395,000 views. This was about a year after Chloe's first video, so I don't know these people personally. Not all Asian people are friends, but but it seems like where I think there's some similarities is the what do I do product manager and how did I break in. This is actually one that did very well. I think if you were to go ahead at this time 3 years ago to take a look at the content here, based upon the data, because that's what business analysts do, is look at data, you would probably take a look at this and think to yourself, probably the best place for you to start is either here or either here to go out there and captivate your audience, right? That's exactly what she did. How I landed my Spotify internship, how did I get here, what it was like to intern at Spotify, and then boom, straight into day in the life. What do I do? Is the music degree worth it? Not bad. Did 83,000 views. I mean, it did. I mean, she's already coming in here. Like, this is where I feel like there's a lot of similarities. Chloe took about like a year, and these are great numbers too. Like, having your first video do 12,000 views is really, 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 really good. But obviously, when you see like from a data perspective, 20,000 views, but from a data perspective, like doing like 558,000 views is like, those are real numbers, right? For this person to come out here straight off the bat doing 395,000, great. 831,000 following up with day in the life, day in the life, day in the life, day in the life, day in the life. So if you want to go ahead and get more, I would say, views, probably, and none of these like thumbnails are like anything I think spectacular. It's not even dumb. I think she's probably doing it herself. All you got to do is just keep dropping off content day in the life, just like how I showed you guys with like that other guy named Vin. And we will get to Vin in due time. Okay. He does tons of, if you take a look at popular, he does tons of like day in the life, day in the life, day in the life. If you guys want like thumbnail references, we basically here we basically grab them all for you guys, like how they basically do their thumbnails across like multiple different like verticals and stuff. I basically have this in here in my WAP where, let me see, where is it? Y'all can come through basically on our WAP community. This is actually where my little squad and we basically go ahead and we basically do a podcast every single week, and we're analyzing like other people's like funnels and stuff, and basically how they built up traffic. I mean, I know how to do this from a corporate level, but like at an individual level, I'm also learning a lot of it myself. But it seems like that's where you go out there and aggregate all the eyeballs, is like you start showing it. What I've noticed with all the influencers is basically this: the more like you're showing about your life and what is it that you're doing, you're going to start automatically attracting organic content of people that are your fans. And this just could be people that are like a fan of Spotify. This could be people that's a fan of like business analysts, or maybe just like, hey, I've been thinking about moving to New York. What kind of jobs? I've been thinking about making a transition to tech. I don't know what exactly to do. But once you start dropping enough content, you will get contacted by people that want to go ahead and talk to you. It's only a matter of time before you basically roll out into a course, because that's basically like it goes content first, then coaching second, and then course third. Why coaching? Coaching doesn't require you to prepare any materials. So in this short right here, where she talks about how she did like 1.5 million, like built a $1.5 million business while she's working full time, she has a course, which you guys should actually go out there and take a look at, where it's just like, my new course is now available. You guys can go out there and take a look at the, I think she has like a business analyst course. That's what my team told me here in Korea. So you can take a look at the course. You can take a look at like, because people start asking you the same questions over and over and over again. You naturally just want to start building a course, because it basically addresses all of those people's answers. That's actually one of the 7 different types of like income streams that we actually talk about for product managers and tech for people, tech professionals to want to go ahead and break into. But it's not difficult, people. If you're taking a look at it, it's the same type of content over and over and over again. And then before you know it, you drop the I quit video. That's basically it. You know, a day in the life. What do I do? How did I basically transition with no experience, or how did I get in here? How much do I make in terms of salary? Okay. And then you do a little like apartment or home tour, and then a few travel logs in there. And then before you know it, you're making enough to just basically go ahead and quit your job. That's pretty much it. So no reason why anybody that's done this already, no reason why they could do it and then you can't. I've been getting so many people contacting me, especially because I have like a full-blown marketing team, about like how they can go ahead and break in. My best recommendation for you right now is just to go ahead and join our WAP community, where I'm here with like other product managers and tech professionals that want to go ahead and start their own brand, and just keeping each other accountable and just promoting each other. Here's the thing. First things first is you just have to make a decision to go out there and do it. With everybody else, like I'm starting to create more like personal brand and side hustle influencer content, not just for other people to go ahead and learn like what it is that my team and I are uncovering, but also just for myself in general. And even at my level in the game, like for the longest time, I didn't want to create any type of personal content about myself until I basically left New York, because I didn't want to do it anymore. And then now it's just like I create like so much of that, where I'm actually showing like my apartment tour here in Seoul, South Korea. But like for a long time I was like, I don't want people to know where I live. I don't want people to know. Like, number one is you just got to make a decision to go ahead and do it, because like the reality of this is your YouTube channel, your Instagram following, your LinkedIn following, your TikTok following, your newsletter following, all of those different things, that's going to be your product manager. That's going to be your tech resume moving forward. How big your following is going to make a big determining factor to whether or not a company wants to hire you. Should that be the case? No. Is that where the industry is going? Yes. So you can go out there and protest to me all that you want, but I'm just letting you know, you might as well just go ahead and get started. Secondly, even, I'll have about 60, 70%, I'll have about 50% of the people just look at this as noise, and they'll be like, yeah, fuck this guy. And then I'll have some people out there that's like about, I would say 30% to 35% of the people out there that's just like, eh, they don't feel, they're indifferent to it either way, right? But even the 10-15% that do, that say like 100% believe you, let's look at the reality here. You'll procrastinate on it. You will buy editing software. You'll buy a mic. You'll buy lighting equipment. You'll buy all that stuff. And then it's just like, you're not dropping videos. At the end of the day, output is what gets you, income. So the more you drop, the more you're going to go out there and make, for one. Number two, I think the other thing that you need to go ahead and recognize is basically this. You need to go ahead and be consistent. I'm going to be showing you guys more and more influencers and how they basically made their money. And I can tell you this, they were all consistent. Consistent. And the most important thing about doing it right now in 2025, where more people are getting into the space, is every single day that you delay, somebody else is going to go out there and take your lunch. So I would say 3 to 4 years ago, if you were to go ahead and drop it, you'd have to be a little bit more, I would say, strategic. Right now, I'm just dropping like 50 to, sometimes if I'm feeling good, I'll just drop, like, for my spot here in Korea, I'll just drop like 100 a day and just drop as much as possible. The more videos that you drop, the more data that you aggregate, and the more data that you have to go ahead and work with. I could totally be wrong with this, but coming off the gate, I think this hot, like with 395,000 views, considering that Chloe Shi had already started her channel 4 years ago, I would largely make an assumption that, I mean, business analyst is her trade, that she did do some data analyzing. For us right here too, 100%. Well, I'll drop videos, and say, okay, 12, 7, 3, 4, 6. Okay, nobody cares. Okay, well, let's take a look at the ones where we're getting a little bit more spikes at. What do that people actually care about? Let's take a look at those. What do those things have in common, right? I'll take a look. And then all this entire time, it just basically bags up, all these different views and stuff. And you basically will start like hitting critical mass. The best way to do that is actually with the squad. So see you in WAP. Don't be late to WAP. I'll see you there. Link is in the description.